Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lucid. We are jumping back into Bumble Rumble, and we've got an exciting turn for you because we were trying to take one of the underwater thrones, and I feel like, or I felt like, this game is finally starting to like reach a kind of a very tenuous point of conclusion, where it is now possible that either myself or TC wins. And anyway, this is all going to depend on how this all plays out. So anyway, you can see we cast literally a like 2 pages of spells. 2 pages. Coming down, we have a few magic phase battles followed by some non-magic phase. So Shinuyama attacks me here with these idiots. Wait, is this not magic phase? Wait, this can't be magic phase. How is this magic phase? Because they're attacking me. Were they doing sticky and... No, it doesn't even make sense. How can you take slaves? I actually have no idea how they magic phased here. Oh, they're stealthy. That's the only way. No, but then these... Oh, these were stealthy too. Because they have this second form. No shit. Now on my side, this was a little army. We get their slaves, but then the other guys run off. Now, if we look at the final battle toll, we killed 5 of these guys, which they're not very expensive, but they had crystal matrices on them, so there was some cost involved. We lost our Jade Sorceress, and we lost 2 of our Kings of the Deep, and we lost 45 War Shamblers. So, gold-wise, it's an okay trade for him, but if these guys didn't survive, then they could be in trouble, but I think most of them survive in the retreat. Okay, we were raiding this with, I believe, living water spammers. And that will do it, I tell you what. Okay, and then coming down here, we get attacked by Hars. This is on the throne. And this is gonna gem bait me. I really hate gem baits. There's really some things... I really wish Illwinter would let us... There's a few mechanical things that need to be fixed. I mean, having my temp gem mod is nice for dealing with gem baiting. But even then, I think the game, and I could be wrong about this, I think the game, like, hard-coded into it, it preferentially uses real gems before temp gems, so gem baiting still is kind of effective. Though I definitely could think about building some more temp gem items. Okay, Wailing Winds, kind of wasted there. But we take the province, which is nice. And then we attack here with the golem. And this, I think we actually... Do we fail this? I feel like we failed this, but I could be wrong. Oh, this was just to gem bait this army, which we were successful in, but it wasn't really much here, it was just some shitty mages. That was in the Lake of Vastness. Okay, and then coming down... A War Shambler turns into a horror. Okay, and then we try to assassinate a Bakemono sorcerer. He's got a Ring of Returning, so he's probably okay. Yeah. So he pieces out. And then we have a bunch of battles here. And of course, the most important one is going to be on the Sea of Rond. But we'll get to that in a minute. Or maybe we'll do that next. Okay, he's driving off my scouts. If we look at what he's driving it off with, it's basically just naked dudes spamming out Horde of Skeletons. Whatever he's got. And let's go watch the cool one. So, Shinuyama is basically in the... he's in the bone grinding or bust kind of mode. Now, he actually is going to get very lucky in this battle, because this should not work. Because he doesn't really have a ton of communion slaves. But something very unfortunate is going to happen. And it is going to involve this Lich right here, who's only 15 HP. Which is kind of a problem. I should have had like an Amulet of Growth on them. But he took 14 damage from the first one, which is a ridiculous amount of damage to take from bone grinding. And then he dies to the next one. And unfortunately that means these guys are now going to rout, because I don't have any undead leadership left. That was not something I considered, though I probably should have. Now, 2 bone grinding should not kill a Lich. I'll just put that out there. He got really lucky. And my mindless guys did not rout, so these siege golems are gonna sit here and kind of push through here. And they're gonna kill the golem. And then the slave mages. So we've killed a fair amount of slave mages so far, but that was pretty shitty. Basically all due to the Lich dying. And unfortunately, I don't really have a ton of undead leadership around, so after these guys get scattered to the wind, it's going to be kind of hard to collect them, and they're pretty valuable. We'll kind of scroll through the things quickly here. Here's another bone grinding casting. So this, he had already... I think he had some hidden dudes which popped up, I think, in the magic phase. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but... maybe it was a different one. Wait, were these guys scripted to... Black amount of sorcerers. Okay, not scripted for bone grinding, it does not look like. No, no, no. What are we just gonna cast? Fire? Hydrophobia? I think this was like an anti-super combatant type script. Which is funny, because we're gonna hit this with super combatants this turn. We lose a golem here. I think they just skelly spam me to death. Oh, no, no, no. Somebody had a lightning helmet? What, was it disintegrate? Maybe it was disintegrate spam. I guess disintegrate works underwater too. But it's MR negates. Oh, shatter. Okay, it's shatter that's wrecking me. Let's check shatter, see if it works underwater, because I'm sending some golems. Armor negating only in... okay, it does work underwater. That's significant. That may change my plans a little bit. Okay, that was just driving people off. Pythium, we see a battle here with Vanarus. We'll watch that. Now, I think they've made peace, so I'm not exactly sure. Who cast that, by the way? So I would have thought if they made peace, they would have let the Vanarusian guys leave, but no. Yeah, Pythium's gonna take that. They lost not much, really. They lost some communicants, one acolyte, and then a few of their dudes. See, they wrecked this. I mean, this was an army. That was a ton of troops inside. So there's that. Wait, which one was this? Okay. Oh, okay. We also see Vanarus attacking Tianchi. The vampire. Okay, so it's just an invulnerability soul vortex. I swear, which one was it? Oh, that must have been this one. Okay, that was the last one. Does that mean we've sat here and watched all of them? Or watched all of them? Okay, this is important. Oh wait, no, that was the Sea of Ronda. We've already watched that. Trying to make sure we've seen everything. Okay, yeah, we have. We got 211 gems from Nexus pearls. For events, we got some gold. So actually, a lot of gold. And you can see I'm rich as shit right now. Now, I was really wondering what I'd do here, because I'm not really sure. There's probably going to be a shit ton of bone grinding coming in. And surviving bone grinding is kind of difficult. So then it's like, okay, how do we manage this? I believe the answer is going to be Fog Warriors. The problem with Fog Warriors is that both of these are, so bone grinding, they're both alteration. It's 150 cast time. Fog Warriors, bone grinding is not a magic attack. It is an armor negating non-magic attack. So that means things like Fog Warriors will block it. So does Body Ethereal. Or it will reduce it to 1 damage. Which if you have pretty high HP dudes, which I do, then you're gonna be fine. Because they'd have to do really an ungodly amount of bone grinding. So anyway, that's kind of good. And they would also have to do Fog Warriors too to not kill themselves if they're trying to bone grind you. And I probably have higher HP things than it does. And we potentially are going to be moving in. I'm at least getting in position to do my Malakui Master and Slave Golem stack. But anyway, Fog Warriors 200 cast time. So the problem is bone grinding would go before that. Potentially cause some problems. Now, how are we going to fix it? Well, we're going to fix that with the Crown of the Magi. And it is going to be going on Astarte, who is going to have a Crystal Shield, and then a Coral Blade, and then Ring of Water Breathing, Bag of Winds, and then the Hydra Skin Armor. So she'll be a pretty tough cookie, and we're filling her up with gems. And her script is going to just be Fog Warriors, hold, Thunderfind, and she's going to teleport over here. One other thing I do need to think about is how do I get these guys potentially over there? Which I don't really have an answer to that right now. Probably send a Tartarian. There's a few other things. So these guys are moving over here. This guy, unfortunately, cannot move underwater. So I was thinking about potentially having him storm the castle. Which honestly is not a bad idea. But I really don't want to be tied up defending anything over here. So I think we're just going to have him move here. I've got another guy moving in with a Ring of Water Breathing, so they can do a little switcheroo here, and then this guy can run underwater. We are doing 3 red seconds here. With this vampire, he's casting it here. You can do 3 red seconds, which is one of the fort building spells. You can do it underwater, which I didn't know about until probably like 8 or 9 months ago. Anyway, the problem with magic phase things, like magic forts, is they come up, but then if you lose control of the fort, you're in some shit. And you can only if I have a mage here, I want to move in to defend this. You can't like move and patrol if there's no fort here already. So the only people that can actually defend it are the PD plus anybody patrolling in that province that turn. So that's basically going to be Home Slice, and he's basically going to do Army of Lead and then Ground Army. Yeah. You know, we actually should probably build a lab here too. That way we can replenish this guy. But basically, everybody's moving on top of this throne. These guys... Yeah. It's gonna be dicey. Presumably there's gonna be a shit ton of bone grinding. We are gonna get life after death off pretty early. I should think about making another Crown of the Magi too. I could definitely imagine some more scenarios where it's important, so we'll go ahead and queue that up on somebody. Some idiot. I believe it's a water... Let's get another one of you. What do you need to be? Astral 4? We do have a lot of our golems with our astral gear teleporting up north. Gonna queue them up over here. Some people didn't have it, like... Gonna probably have to use this for him. And then we're getting another one here. If we count the number of golems I'm sending, I need 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I have, I'm making an 8th up here. So I need to make sure I have the kits, which I need to probably have a couple more of these slave matrices. And then we're probably gonna need a couple more of you, of these hats. Because, well, you know, I think what I'm gonna do. Wait, can we go underwater with this? Oh, we need to make sure we have another ring of water breathing too. I think on top of this guy, I think we're going to take a few more Banes. Not everybody here can go underwater, though. These guys are amphibious. These guys are amphibious, okay. These guys are. So, if we could... We'll double check the math again real quick, but... Oh, well, let's leave all these guys. I don't have enough siege chaff. I'm gonna need these guys for Pythium. But we'll save a little money and use this to travel up here. But if we check the math anyway, we're Astral 5. We're gonna switch this out next turn with a Ring of Water Breathing. I may friendship hat him, I'm not sure. I probably will. That way he is completely assassin immune. Or not completely, but largely. And the protective force is going to be good. He'll probably have like 5 siege golems as his guard. And, I might want to use it for something else. I'm not really sure. Anyway, we'll be 5 with 8 golems. That's a magic boost of 3. So that's going to put us up to 8, which, to cast enslave mine, or master enslave. It requires astral 8, so I should be able to cast it. The thing I'm not sure about. The thing I'm not sure about is the fatigue situation. It'll be getting split 8 ways. Oh, I can use extra pearls though. So I think it'll be okay because of that. So I can probably do anti-magic. We'll test it, but I think I'll test it later. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get set up. I'm not 100% sure we're gonna send them in. Wait, whoops. I'm not 100% sure we send them in, but there's a very good chance we do. We'll get another siege golem here. Cast another Curse of Blood. You can see our blood economy is a little bit ridiculous at this point. Kuthgul. Where did we do? Record of Creation, go to Commander. Shit, I already took it off. I have no idea where I put it. I hope I gave it to somebody to do something useful. What dominion? Is he Magic Dominion? He is. Well... yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, honestly, I could probably take it. I'm not sure. It'll be tricky. I mean, part of it could just, I could gym bait. You have to be really careful about using, like, I guess I could do a Tartarian gym bait until... yeah, I'm not sure. It's going to be tricky taking the Pythium Thrones. I do want to cast Wish again with this Kuthgul. I have... where's my... okay, this one's doing Wish. Oh shit. We actually are a little low on gems for the first time. I might not be able to do 3 wishes. I don't see any astral boosters here. I mean, I guess we make a ring of... I don't really want to do that. The other thing I could potentially do is send my god over here. Enemy Dominion is not terribly strong, it's only 3. So sending my god, if we were to pursue that option, well, we're missing something. I would need basically to, well, which I could do. A Ring of Regen would be nice, but no, I'd probably actually just steal some of this gear. Yeah. I feel like that's... oh, no, but my god has Arcane Nexus. It's not worth risking. Like, if something bad happens and my god dies, it's not worth it. I mean, I could do a Ring of Returning, but I think even with Ring of Returning, there's a chance he gets sent to the Void. I think we're gonna hang tight. Where am I sending Ramses? 216? Here. Okay, yeah, so now we have to talk about this. So there's a few other things going on. We are sending Githu at 216, which is this province. And he's got the Helmet of Perfection, which I stole from Yes way back when. We've got a Flesh Eater, a Sculptata Volturnus, and then a bunch of MR gear. He's scripted to basically do MR, Iron Will, Earth Power, Iron Warrior, or Iron Skin, Iron Warriors. Right behind him, we are going to put a Golem. And the Golem is going to cast Power of the Spheres, Body Ethereal, Body Ethereal. This will hit both of them. See, he'll be right behind. And then Astral Tempest. And the reason for Astral Tempest is there's a decent chance it's going to proc and hit one of these guys. Who, now that I'm looking at it, I'm a little worried about. They can do Dust to Dust. And they can do Shatter, potentially. Let's see what they script with. Does not appear they're doing Summon Earth Power. Anyway, I think I'm not 100% sure this will work. But this guy's going to be very hard to kill, Berserk, with... He's going to have 29 MR. There's 2 golems in the back, too, who are going to be trying to do Soul Slay. And of course, that could hit, but 29, you're pretty much safe from 2 casters. Now, they do have penetration gear. I think they only have, like, a Rune Smasher, though. Yeah. So there's a decent chance that the battle times out, and if the battle times out, then the golems are going to die with the Ring of Returning on them. What I expect to happen is these sorcerers to summon a ton of chaff. Or generally a retreat will get caused, which will cause the golems to die. I'm not completely sure how that works. I know golems, if they end up retreating, if the battle times out and they're like forced to retreat with the timer, that they dissolve. And if you script them to retreat, they dissolve. But I'm not sure if the army retreats if they dissolve, or I think they stay and kind of fight. And if that happens, they'll be okay. But this is basically the plan. Have these guys really thick with Iron Warriors and Body Ethereal, and have Astral Tempest up. And they're gonna have a fair amount of HP coming in from Gift of Health too. So they're gonna be thick boys. Anyway, so that will hopefully work and cut this army off. And then here we're just gonna have everybody. Now the other spells we have coming out are gonna be Life After Death. I haven't actually really gone through and looked at this. Anti-magic. Turn 1 anti-magic, always important. Excuse me. My gems have basically been burnt too. So that's another thing I need to think about. Like for this guy who's running in from a lab, we're bringing a shit ton of water. He's also got a trident, which would be nice. But I probably need to think about like getting some stealthy items. Do I have any left over here? I have 1. You know, just I think we want 12. That should serve to get the gem baiting, or to deal with gem baiting, and then 8, and then we'll have him sneak over this way. And then hopefully we can replenish. Now, I haven't cracked the fort, so he may just kind of chill out. I'm sure he's going to send something, but it probably won't be like the desperate send everything, which he's about to do. But the turn he does that is probably also going to be the turn that I send in my master and slave army. Which I think would be hilarious. If I steal all of his stuff. So anyway. And if it doesn't work and my shit all dies, I'll be very sad indeed. I do need to think about for you coming in. Do I have like an amulet of growth or anything? Really don't want him dying. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. And then in case this fails, but he moves somebody else there, because we're going to be magic phase attacking this. This guy's going to come here and he's going to do that. That will probably work. Do we have any bodyguards for you? Okay, good. Perfect. And then here, we'll send a scout here, because I have a feeling we're going to need to pick something up. Okay, we're sending lots of scouts here, actually. And they're going to be sneaking. They can do the move out, so we absorb assassination hits. But do not participate in normal phase battles. And then for this guy, in relay, what are you gonna do? Do we put a magic? Okay, we did. This guy's also scripted to do Shark Attack, which would be nice. Shark Attack's really good if he tries to bone grinding me. Let's make sure he's on concert. He is, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and sneak some more guys. I'm not exactly sure when my nap with Shinuyama ends. I'll probably let them attack me. We also have a new player for... We've had to get a few... Like, I think Relay had a sub. Pythium has had 2 subs. And Vanarus just had to get a sub this turn. It's been almost 9 months since we started this game. The throne settings are definitely too long, so I am sympathetic to it, though I'm also very happy with the people who are playing through. But hopefully I can end it, because this game really needs to end. And if I don't end it, TC's probably going to. Okay, we've got her here. There's a few other kind of bits and pieces kind of gear we need to plan on forging. We're gonna need a crystal... Well, we need another crystal shield. I'm not sure if we need it this turn. I want to have one in the bank for this turn, that's for sure. Okay, where are you, buddy? We'll have you do it. So, we'll go ahead and make a crystal shield, and then we'll have you over here. You can make... a slave matrix. And then we're going to make another hat. I don't want to be low on hats. We have a shit ton of money. We're going to go ahead and upgrade these forts where we can. And then over here. Well, we can't even build anything if we do a lab. There's no point doing a lab here. We'll go over here and put a lab on the coast, though. I'm also blood hunting here, so that would be nice. And I think one of the things we're going to need more of is going to be rainbow armor. So we'll go ahead and make another rainbow armor. Blood hunt. And then we'll go Screw. What are you doing? We just have to... Okay, we're actually spending our air gems. We don't really have a problem with that this turn. The thing we're not spending, which I've never had trouble with, is our nature gems. So... what should we do? Nature... I guess I need another fairy cord, but we might chill out on it this turn. I'm not doing a great job this turn spending all my gems. Although I've been doing pretty good before this. We'll make another one of these armors. Got a lab coming up here. I think I have a lot of earth boots now. I could really do with another turn of organizing all this. It piles up so fast when you're making this much stuff. Make something with water. I feel like I need more stuff here, though we're pretty good. How much PD do I have here? Not much. I don't really want to be sieged up by a horror on top of this throne. These guys are going to end their nap with me, though, but I'm going to go ahead and spend that now. And I think I've got almost all of my provinces with PD. We are going to try to storm this. There's a chance he comes and knocks me off, but if so, then fine. Okay, wait, we're doing Army of Gold and Grip of Winter. And then for you... Honestly, I think Creeping Doom Spam might be pretty good in this situation. Because if they try to knock me off and they've got a bunch of mages that are going to cast stuff, Creeping Doom actually could disrupt that. There's also a chance that fails. Here, we've got this guy storming castle, this guy's sneaking back with a Ring of Returning. View patrol here. Okay, here we are preaching. Going to get my Dominion way the hell out here if I can. TNG with the obvious Demon Lord. Go ahead and upgrade this. These land battles are going to be really cool because we're going to have a bunch of these green lions. It's going to be probably more green lions than you'll ever see. Certainly more than I've ever seen. But green lions are pretty good because they've got pretty high base MR, which is going to be important. But yeah, it could still potentially be a clusterfuck. I don't even know. Do I have somebody here auto-casting wolves or something? No, I don't. We'll go over here. I don't know where these wolves are coming from. I've got a bunch of vampires. They're all going out. I need to make some more sanguine dowsing rods, actually. And then over here, Okay, yeah, we're gonna get all the Starshine Skullcaps we could ever want. And then we've got a few more of these. We're gonna go ahead and get some Manifest Vitriols. Okay, and that will spend most of our gems, which we're actually the main driver of our own Arcane Nexus income, not other players, so it's important we do that. I think here we're gonna summon allies, and then we are very much ready to invade Pythium. We'll probably do that in 2 turns. So next turn I need to make a move to probably take these guys, a lot of the people here, and zap them over here. And then we'll probably go boom. I may or may not choose to take this fort. I probably won't. Maybe I do. Maybe I just completely knock them back here, and then I do my final throne rush on this one. Well, I don't know. We'll have to decide, but either, well, I'm definitely gonna... Let's just see real quick. How far is it? To here, it's 6. So that's teleport distance. But it may not be astral travel distance. There's a very good chance he can have a Royal Malakui in here. But if it's only one battle, I'm pretty sure I can manage. And when you have... He has a bunch of shit, but I have a bunch of good stuff. And for these, like, Master and Slave battles, quality is going to matter a lot more than quantity. So, and also if my script is, like, anti-magic, enslave, but his script is enslave, I should wreck the shit out of him. Because my guys with anti-magic first are gonna wreck. Now, it's not clear, like, he could still get 1 enslave before any magic goes off. But mine are gonna be probably like twice as effective as his are. So, anyway, it'll be kind of attrition, but whatever. It's what we're gonna have to do to take this. And then, yeah, we can take these guys. They're gonna be pretty damn good. And, because they're gonna be assassin resistant. And they can nuke any troops that are left behind after the enslaved shenanigans. I do need to think about, you know, since we're basically doing this immediately, I need to go ahead and think about getting more commanders as assassin chaff. Everybody's favorite part of Dominions is building assassin chaff. So anyway, I've got some things to decide, but next turn we're probably going to astral travel people here. Turn after, we're probably going to roll out either directly on top of this one or onto this fort, and I'm not sure. But my nap with him should be over by then. It may be over this turn where I could attack, but we're not going to. And we can just lay waste with Flames from the Sky, too. And Murdering Winter. 160 guys? He didn't really have a communion, too. This would have been just perfect to roll a tart into and kill everything. But I think that's it. We'll start banking a little fire, because we're going to just literally cover the ground and Flames from the Sky. Let's see if there's anything. Oh. That was actually kind of made one. Okay, we're going to send him here. He's going to build a temple. And we're going to go ahead and put a temple over here. I think we are... TNG and I were talking a little bit about this Dominion pushing that's been happening. And he basically was saying how he started it, that he just started shitting out temples. And then I was like, yeah, I had to basically do the same just to keep my dominion in the Yis Lake and then in this lake. But his plan, apparently, was to fill up this lake with his dominion and then with Gift of Health up to take it. So, anyway, it's a very good thing that I went and doubled down and did that. But potentially we're starting to kind of squeeze him and dominion in here. You can see it's actually getting a little low. Because we've got basically two bodies pushing inward. Which is certainly good, because this is going to be a very heavily contested area. Okay, we'll just zap through all these guys. Okay, you... Let's give you Boots of Quickness, and we'll get you down, if we can, to... How are you so fucking... Oh. It's like, how are you so slow? Okay. We're going to go ahead and move as many of these tarts as we can down here to go ahead and get ready. Now, the problem doing this is they end up destroying a bunch of shit. Okay, 1 second. We're going to give you... When you run... I could have sworn I saw a horror harmonica. Oh, that's maybe something I should wish for when TNG gets a little frisky. Steal his horror harmonica. Okay, can we cloud trapeze with you all the way down here? We cannot. So we'll go ahead and cast it this turn, get you over here. Now, keeping labs and temples up with this many tarts in some places is always going to be a problem. Oh, he's used another Boots of the Messenger. Well, let's just make sure. I'm not completely sure I did all my blood hunting micro. Did I? No. But I did some of it. Gotta remember I've got some gear in Pangea. If you do keep commanders with gear, you kind of need to know where they are, because it's pretty easy to forget about them. And then we'll send you here. Okay, and then anyway. Okay, this is the guy I want to find. So let's have you make another one of these slave matrices. Oh, I don't have enough gems. Okay, you can just chill out. So, I think that's it. We're basically pulling everybody in here. We'll do a last check on the script here. You can see there's some parts where I guess I should tell him what I want him to do. Because I don't really have enough gems to do any of this, so... Oh, yeah, these mages are basically just going to be doing off-script garbage. But we have Wave Warriors coming out. We've got... I know I have at least one guy who actually can cast Army of Gold. Which guy it is, I'm not 100% sure. Is it this guy? Okay, let's not fuck up. Let's make sure we actually have somebody. Mm-hmm. We don't really need friendly currents. I've got somebody else coming in for that. Okay, I need somebody to cast Army of Gold. Is there really nobody? Shit, there's really nobody. I could have sworn I had somebody with Earth Gems. Oh, it's this guy. Okay, well, here's what we need to do. We need to give some Earth Gems to this guy who's moving in. So he's going to patrol, but this guy is also going to patrol. Or not patrol, he's going to move over this way, which I already had him scripted for, but he didn't have any gems. So summon Earth Power, and then we'll have him do Army of Gold on this one, which will catch some of the water elementals. Perfect. Or not perfect, but good enough. And then our scout dude who's moving in. How many do we have? Okay. If this doesn't work, it's going to be a little upsetting, but I think it will. I think the key to this whole equation, and the part to double check, is Astarte, who is going to be coming in dropping Fog Warriors. Turn 1 very fast before any of these life after deaths can go. I do wish I had a way to give him more HP. And I also probably should go ahead and... I've got a few death gems left over. Let's go ahead and make... Undead Command 5. What was it? The death one? This one. Yeah, let's go ahead and make one of those. That way next turn I can potentially get these Banes out of here if I need to. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. So, this obviously is a little kludged together because I don't have gems to put on my mages, but they're probably going to sit here and cast, like, quickness on themselves, etc., while I summon a few water elementals, but not many. We're going to have, like, golems, and I don't have any super combatants, like... None of them. I think this is too far for tarts. By a long way, yeah. So the tarts aren't going to make it, but hopefully a lot of other people will. And then we're going to have a pretty cool battle here. So anyway, tune in next time. Hopefully this game brings itself to some kind of conclusion one way or the other. All right, take care, guys.